All right, everyone. Welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Thursday, November 9th, 2017. And this video is for Sidereal Astrology, different from mainstream astrology. If you are new to the channel, definitely check out the link down below. We're using the actual size of the constellations. All right, so today the moon is in Cancer. Cancer said to be the gateway of the soul. Really good for connecting to our soul here today and our bodies, our inner intuition, maybe the past a bit. Definitely a lot of this watery, reflective type of nature available. And there could be some themes regarding this as well. So the most important aspect today, though, is the sun sextiling up to Pluto. A very nice aspect where we could have a very deep focus at this time. Very good for removing obstacles, facing some fears in the sense of, if there's things that we've been normally afraid to do, this is a great day to do that. And yeah, just willing to grow and develop. So that's the Pluto side of it. But in terms of the sun, it could be also a very powerfully expressive day. Very good for creativity, expressing ourselves, anything on that level as well. So we'll look at that. And the moon is forming a couple minor aspects, which we'll look at as well. So all of this here in just a minute. All right, so there is the moon in Cancer, the connection to the more watery side of life. Very good for anything that does require a bit of emotional connection, right? Very good for privacy, in fact, too. Maybe you're spending some time at home, could be a good day for that. Maybe with family. And yeah, again, listening to our bodies right now. There could be this really good connection here. And then also our soul, and again, that inner guidance. So as a quick backdrop, of course, we still do have Mars and Venus in Virgo. I think it is still a great time for self-improvement, personal development, focusing on details and improving things at this time. But the sun is in Libra, so I think the focus is definitely on relating with others at this time collectively. So very good for this, give and take, cooperation, working with others, etc. And of course, Mercury has recently shifted into deep Scorpio. So our minds are definitely in the underworld, so to speak, in the sense that we could be thinking about things a bit more deeply or communicating them a bit more deeply as well. So very good for that, whether it's with your, thinking about your self, thinking about relationships, or maybe you're doing some deep research or uncovering some things like that. Very good to utilize that here today. So the most important thing today, though, is the sun sextiling up to Pluto. So this is not a major aspect, but it is a very nice opening, a sort of door opening we can choose or choose not to walk through. And so here, the sun, which is our vital life force and our focus, is in a very good relationship with deep Pluto, the planet that wants to remove obstacles, to break some patterns, to, again, embody some of this fearlessness, right? So very good day for anything like this that you may choose to work with. Very good for also, again, that self-expression. With that, we could be expressing ourselves quite deeply, focused on things quite deeply if you're using it in that sense, creativity, that type of thing. So very good for those matters. And I think just all in all, a willingness to grow, a willingness to develop, and a willingness to maybe take some action, some initiative, especially in this phase of the lunar cycle, because we are still coming off of that full moon from last weekend and entering into the third quarter phase of the moon, which is the time of initiating and taking that willful step towards those insights we gained last Friday and Saturday. All right, so that's the strongest thing going on. As a minor note, we do have the moon squaring up to Venus and Jupiter here today. So as a sort of undercurrent, perhaps the second half of the day, maybe wanting to connect in relationships, but a little bit sensitive in that department. Usually with this, it's like we're wanting to connect, we're wanting to relate, but maybe for whatever reason, there's just a little bit of a sensitivity to that. So maybe taking some action and some initiative there with the square to relate, right? To give and take, especially with that Sun in Libra right now. I think it's great to be focused on constructively implementing that type of energy, however you're experiencing that. Now, in terms of Jupiter, there could be a bit of this sort of pendulum swing with the emotions, this variability. So if you are feeling hopeful today, great, utilize it. Again, squares is meant to be constructive. And then if you're not, know that there are opportunities, and it is a great day for implementing them. And then there is that trine up to Mercury. Mercury again in Scorpio, but in good aspect to the moon. It does suggest perhaps some good flow with communication, maybe routine, and anything again we might be thinking about deeply with that Mercury in Scorpio. All right, so that's the day in a nutshell. Definitely great for the focus on the willing to grow, willing to develop, remove obstacles, and at the same time, this perhaps deep focus and self-expression, which could be coming through. All the meanwhile, it is this connection to our inner guidance, to our soul, to the past, to our bodies, right? Maintaining that connection, I think, can be great. So have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for all of your likes, comments, and shares with these videos. And I will see you all very soon for the next daily. Take care.